Hi everyone, this is Chrisa of Bautanz Constructing Dance. Today we're going to talk about Tango Festival's networking, just Volume 1 though, because it's a big talk. So in Volume 1 we're going to be talking about small talk, because small talk is the big talk, as Tim Ferriss said. So it is officially, the Tango Festival time, and I think that no matter how many times you've been to festivals, these tips might actually help you to become a little bit more comfortable and have a little bit more fun in the milongas and the classes that happen in the festivals. So for whatever reason, we all have this taste for big festivals. Maybe it is because they're too crowded. Maybe it's because we have nobody to go with and we feel a little bit vulnerable going alone. Maybe it's because we spend quite a big amount of money to get to the festival, and then we end up sitting for 3 hours at the milonga, so that's a little bit frustrating. So today we're going to cover that small talk social skill aspect of the festival, and hopefully that will help you. So I got the idea from a podcast that I heard from Tim Ferriss, where he's actually talking about how to build your network. And in the in the comments below, you can find all this that we're talking about into a script, along with the link to the podcast. But I think if you actually go to the 4-Hour Workweek, which is Tim Ferriss' blog, you can actually find the how to build your network podcast from him. So let's start with how you spend your time in a milonga. Some of you sure have already answered the question. Is of course the minute I walk in, I change my shoes and I start dancing right away with everyone from outside this community. Wrong. So the milonga is a party. So what happens in parties? People go in, they change their shoes. They don't change their shoes in real parties, but in the milonga parties they do. So they get comfortable, whatever. They leave their coat, they leave their bag, they find a spot at the couch. They look around to see if they know anybody, stuff like that. They don't just rush to the first person they see and they start talking to them just because they're in the party. Same thing with a milonga. You don't just rush in for the dance. It is a lot more relaxing for you and for anybody around you if you walk in with a more relaxed, aura. Let's put it that way. So, plus, you have to see it on the plus side, you get to meet new people, make new friends. For example, last year I met one person from the US, one from Germany, one from Italy, and we've kept in touch with Facebook and stuff, and they've invited me to festivals in their countries, and even though I haven't had the chance to go and actually visit them and take them up on their offer, it is something that gives me the comfort to know that if I do actually go to one of these countries, to the festivals these people are suggesting, I will have someone to greet me there. I will have someone to go with and have fun with. So I actually have a tango friend. So how did I do that? Small talk between dances. As you dance that few seconds between each song, and after the dance. And instead of just sitting at my spot looking at the dance floor like a miserable person not being asked to dance, I actually walk around and try to connect with people and chat with people, go to the bar, grab a drink, chat with someone who's standing right there next to me. So if you're thinking right now that, oh, no, I can't do that, I'm too shy. Well, let me tell you this. I was also very shy. But it is another skill that you need to work on. It takes some time, but if you pick it up, then things become so much more fun, so much more comfortable. And at any point, if you feel that it's too much for you, then you walk out, take a breath, walk around, get some me time, and then walk back in. So a few rules that will help you with small talk. I know that they helped me a lot, and I really resonated with Tim's podcast on that. And I apologize, ladies, for the language, but this is not me. This is actually Tim. Three things to remember. Don't dismiss people. Don't be a dick. And don't rush. So don't dismiss people. So this is what usually happens. VIPs are like honey in festivals. Everyone wants to talk to them. Everyone wants to chat with them. Everyone wants to be around them. If it's not VIPs, if it's not like teachers, it is the really good dancers. And what usually happens, we tend to dismiss everybody else in order to just be with them. So that's not nice. I couldn't find a better way to say it. It's not nice. Plus, it spoils all the fun, right? It puts you into this antagonizing type of mentality, like you're going for the kill. Then there is the other category of people who just show up at the festival with a group of friends, which is great, of course, but they're not taking full advantage of the festival itself. You can go with your friends to any milonga in the city. Why do you spend all this time, actually all your time, with people you already know, and you don't grab the chance to meet new people? So, okay, you're like, all right, so let's see, how can I do that? What if I'm too shy? What if I'm what if I just want to have a good time and my group ensures that? What if I don't know, I only really want to dance with good dancers? And what it is honestly, like, it's true. A good dancing with a good dancer, it is a lot more fun. It's true. So what do you do for each of these cases? So first of all, you talk to the person that A, knows the more people, B, you are already comfortable talking to them, C, they will have to talk to you anyhow. So who is this person? The person who gets the tickets. So the person collecting the entrance fee, you're already talking to them. They have to talk to you or they're going to be rude, and they don't want to be rude because you're actually paying. And they know almost everybody that's walking in. So if you haven't been to the festival before, you say something like, "Oh, hi, it's my first time at your festival. I'm Chrisa." They're gonna say something like, "Oh, very nice to meet you, Mary." And then you say, "Oh, I came from Toronto." Pause. They ask you something about your city or whatever. "Are there lots of people out of town?" And they'll answer something back. If you've been there before and you know them, then of course you say hi right away. "How are you doing tonight? How is the festival going? Are there lots of people out of town?" Some people at the desks are more conversational than others, so if you're lucky, you're gonna get your answer right away, like, "Oh yes, there's this group from Massachusetts, and they are just great. They're beautiful dancers, and you cannot miss them. You have to dance with them. It's this guy, and one of them is this guy in blue shirt, something like that." If you're not that lucky and they're not that conversational, they might give you something. "Oh yeah, we had a lot of people." So if you do actually want to dance with new people, or good dancers, you ask them. Just ask them, "Oh, have you noticed anyone, interesting? I would like to dance with some new people, get to know some new people since I'm out of town," something like that. So how do I know they know? They're sitting there and they're not, collecting tickets in the subway. I mean, they do have some downtime. What do they do in the downtime? It's more likely that they look around, look at the dance floor, and say, oh, look at her. Oh, I knew she would be a good dancer. Yes, of course she is. Oh, and they look at these shoes, beautiful. You know, tango gossip. It's normal. So if you ask them, it's highly likely that they know. Second person that will talk to you, not so much though. So that's why they are the second person to go. The organizer. They're there to greet you, and they're very happy that you came to their festival. You cannot take up all their time though, so you have to keep things a little bit more to the point. Hi, I'm Chrisa. It's a pleasure to be here. It's a beautiful festival, great place. They'll say something like, oh, thank you very much, you're very welcome, whatever. And so I'm out of town. Do you have a lot of people out of town? I'm probably gonna say yes, we have a lot of people from out of town, whatever. And then you're gonna say something, oh really, any suggestion for me? I would like to make some new friends, dance with some new people. They would say, oh yeah, you know, it's this girl, like, you know, from Greece. She's amazing, you have to dance with her. She's the one right there with the red dress, you know, something like that. Then you leave. You don't chat, you don't hug on them, you know, because they probably have some very important business to deal with, let's say it that way. So, success. Now, how do you actually meet those people? Let's take a step back. If you are like me, and you don't get to places in the proper, based on my community standards, time, aka you get there like around 11 or truthfully closer to 12, which is great for Greece but not so great for Toronto. Anyway, I can't get there any earlier than 11. So anyways, that's besides the point. So if you do show up late, like me, you can't really do that in the beginning, but you can do that afterwards. So, shoe change or coat hanging technique. It's exactly what it says. So you grab onto the opportunity to go where the fish are, like my mentor Ramit Sethi says. So go where the fish are. Everybody's going to change their shoes. Everybody's going to leave their coat somewhere. So go there. And don't just change your shoes and rush out. Change your shoes and talk to people. Make some eye contact. Smile and say, hi, how are you tonight? They're most likely going to answer something back. Of course, you don't go and sit next to the creepy and disgusting people. You know, most people in Tango are really nice, so I'm pretty sure you won't have any trouble finding nice people. Just stay away from any creepiness. They answer something back, you say, oh, I don't believe I know your name. Oh, they're saying, no, we haven't met. Hi, I'm Chrisa. Nice to meet you. Ta-da. Success. If you do know them, just make sure that you spend some time chatting without booking a dance. So it is a weird feeling that's been going around. If you talk to someone, then you have to dance with them, or if they talk to you, then they're probably going to ask you to dance, and that's probably because many people do that. Don't do that. It's annoying, and it's like, oh no, you too, just chat with people. It doesn't even matter if they're leaders or followers, because guess what? You don't know in which group these people fit. Maybe they fit in a really nice group from out of town, and you meet that one person who will get you into that group. So it doesn't really matter if they're leaders or followers. Just make a nice, comfortable connection, not too much talking. Just say hi, how's it going tonight? They're probably gonna say hi back, of course. I don't believe we met. My name is Chrisa. They're going to say their name back. Then if you see that they're not in a rush, rushing away, usually people are not, but then you say, oh, where are you from? I haven't seen you around, if you're from there. Or just, where are you from? So they say where they're from, you say where you're from, you know, you make something up. So, I think it's pretty straightforward, so we can skip to don't be a dick. So, usually, we're nice people. I want to believe that we are all nice people. But we tend to get a little bit rude when it comes to teachers or really good dancers. So we tend to give answers such as a follower being asked to dance and answering, no, I'm saving my feet for so and so. Leader while we're dancing, yes, this happened to me, it's not even a joke. We're passing by from the right in front of where the teacher's table is, and he goes, so how do you feel now that we're passing right in front from the teachers? Anxious? Well, I was until now. The follower asking a teacher for a dance, and when he said no, she turned to the teacher right next to him and asked him for a dance instead. I mean, do I need to go on? Okay, it is a festival. Great people are there. People that you're looking up to are there. You're excited, and that is normal, and keep being excited. But do you really need to forget rules of social behavior and politeness? So, before you ask any great dancer to dance, ask yourself two things. Am I prepared to hear no, and what am I going to do about it? Can I add any value to this partnership? AKA, am I good enough? So, I'm not going to answer these answers for you. You are on your own here. You have to take the responsibility. I'm actually going to take a drink of coffee. If you have your coffee, you can take a drink as well. So, if you decide to go for it, you need to choose the proper time. Because you might be a great dancer yourself, but if the timing is off, you're gonna kill it completely. So look for 4 things. 1, is the teacher or that great dancer dancing? Are they dancing like at all? There are some teachers that they don't dance at all, and it makes perfect sense because they spent all day teaching classes. They want to relax. Have they asked or been asked from somebody outside their peer circle? And what did they say? Did they accept? Are they deep in conversation or enjoying their time amongst their peers? And are they relaxing half dead on their chair? So, if any of these, if you see them that they are not dancing with their peers or with their partner, they haven't accepted any dance invite or asked anybody else to dance, they are relaxing on their chair, deep in conversation, or having super fun, having drinks with their friends, do not ask them to dance. And do not hover over their table. So, it's rude. It makes people feel uncomfortable, and you're just going to be remembered for a terrible, terrible person. It's annoying, not terrible, annoying. So, same rules apply to asking anybody to dance or asking to join a conversation or a group, because sometimes we feel uneasy going to a festival on our own because we don't feel comfortable opening up some doors, creating some connections. We don't really know how to do that, so we feel a little bit uncomfortable, and we're like, So, let's see. If you're there, you want to dance with someone that you find is great, might be a good fit, you haven't danced with them before, same rules apply with what you would do for teachers. Check. Have they just danced and they might be feeling a little bit tired, resting their feet? Are they deep in conversation with someone? This has actually happened to me. Okay, so this is, and not just once. I'm having this conversation with a friend, and I'm clearly interested in conversing. And here comes this guy, and he's like, do you want to dance? I'm like, I just want to turn around and say, can't you see I'm talking? So, what happens, as Tim says, when you are a dick, nice people do mean things. So, in fact, as a matter of fact, I did actually dance with one of them. And then I realized, like, why am I doing this? This is actually annoying to me. So I'm just going to say no. So, if you see two people deep in conversation or enjoying each other's company, don't go. Just don't go. Wait for one of them to start dancing. Wait for them to sit back and look at the dance floor, look around, whatever. So, if there are more than two people, like 3-4 people, and they're, sitting around chatting with each other, or not, and you want to join their group and make some connections and potentially dance with some of them, you go by, you say hi. Do you guys mind if I join you? Ask first. Don't just sit at the chair that's there left empty. Do you guys mind if I join you? They're most likely going to say yes. And don't make any presentations of yourself. Listen to the conversation they've had and pick something that you are genuinely interested in. Do not pretend, because guess what, people can tell. And ask questions. Don't try to be smart. Don't try to impress. Sometimes, especially leaders, you do that. Come on, be honest with yourselves. You do that. So, don't try to do any of that. Ask more questions than the answers you give. And when you see the opportunity, A, when you like the song, B, when all these other rules apply, ask for a dance. And this is the great part. This is the great part. So, when someone says no, you do not ask the person next to them. You do not complain and make them feel bad. You do not do 1 and 2 together, because yes, this has happened to me recently actually. You instead say thank you and make a nice comment about the milonga. So, if the person says yes, you walk with them, or if you're further away, you meet them on the dance floor. You make small talk between dances, such as what is your name, where are you from, etc., etc., if you haven't had the time to do that. Don't ask them what they do for a living. It just makes people feel uncomfortable, and they can't really say that to you when you're just between dances. And at the end, thank them, and if you are a leader, walk them back to their seat, and then you take your seat. Now, let's see the part where you are not supposed to be rushing. If you really want a connection with a teacher, and that sometimes that is uncomfortable to do in a milonga, I would suggest you take a class with them. You take a class with them and you actually make a connection after the class. So make sure that the connection is not dependent on a question that you have. A question that you have, usually teachers give some time right after the class where everyone is still in the group for questions. Use that time for your question. If you just want to make a connection, give them some breathing time after the class. Let them sit down, have a sip of water, what have you, and then approach them. Having a couple of things in mind. A, acknowledge that they're busy and tired, and get right to the point. So don't hover around their table. Don't spend time asking about the weather and how they're spending their time in your city. And if you do have a question that you did not have the time to ask it before, or for whatever reason you didn't get the answer, actually make sure that it's one question. Say your name, but without a full bio. Nobody cares. And try not to pre-book dances. So don't say things like, oh, I would really hope for a dance in the milonga tonight. So what do we have? what do we have? Something like, "Hi, I'm Chrisa. I know you are very busy and tired. I only wanted to say I truly enjoyed your class, and I'm looking forward to the rest of your classes and your performance tonight." Or if you actually do have a question that for whatever reason you didn't get to ask, again, "Hi, I'm Chrisa, pause. I know you're very busy and tired. I only wanted to ask you one question." And you say your question. Make sure that it's short, and most importantly, make sure that it is one question. Now, in which other aspects we don't rush? Like we said in the beginning, take your time walking around when you get there. So let's dive into that part a little bit more. And see, okay, I'm here, I've paid my entrance fee, I need to make the best out of my time in the milonga. I'm not going to rush through and get 10 tantas going. So, because for me, if you get 10 tantas with so-and-so people you're not really interested with, you're just dancing with them, it's not that great. It's actually a lot greater if you get 3 tantas with people that you really like. So, like we said before in the beginning of this talk, spend some time to identify these people. Spend some time connecting with people off the dance floor. Maybe you saw someone from a class you took. Go over and say hi. Maybe they offer you a spot at their table. Take that spot if you like. Go to the bar and grab a drink. As I said, I made great connections last year just by doing that. And it does really make a huge difference, because the time that you spend in the milonga now, it is more full of being around happy people, people you want to be around, and people you want to really dance with. So it is much better time spent there, instead of just going in, dance, then walking out like, oh, well, it was okay. I danced with this one person who was from Boston and they were great. And then you completely forget about all the other dances that you had because they were pointless. You didn't even care of being there. So don't rush in the milonga. Take your time, relax. And usually festivals are like 3-4 days long. You're gonna be there the next night. Don't worry, you're gonna get all your dances in, all the practice that you think that you're getting while socially dancing. Now, one last aspect, and we're gonna close this up here for tonight, but it's gonna help us dive into the next part of festival networking, is not to rush when in a class. So we're going to be looking at classes and how you choose the class and that you need to take and what have you in the next volume, in the next chat. But here now, I suggest that you don't rush to a class even if you don't have a partner. So oftentimes we register because we're like, yes, I'm gonna go, I don't care, I really want to learn from these people, I don't care, I'm gonna register even without a partner. Good for you. I do that all the time. Make sure that A, you get to the class a little bit earlier, you don't get there last minute. B, you don't rush to the organizer because he or she has a lot of things on their minds. They can't deal with you not having a partner. It's your responsibility, and make sure that you make it clear to them. They can help you, but make sure that you make it clear to them in this way. You walk in, you look around the room, you look for people who are sitting alone or sitting with the same-sex people, like 2 women together, 2 men together, what have you. You walk over to the organizer and with a really calm tone, because you have time, you say, "Hi, I'm Chrisa. Pause. I have registered for this class and I don't have a partner. Do you know if any of these people are looking for a partner as well?" Notice how I'm implying that I have I am going to take responsibility. I just want to know if any of these people are good options for me. So if they actually say, oh yes, that person over there, I know they're looking for a partner, then you won't imply that they should ask them. You don't rush over to them and book them as your partner. Instead, you say, oh, thank you, I'm gonna go ask them. Thank you for your help. Walk to them, sit next to them, start rearranging your stuff, say hi and smile, you know, be nice, and introduce yourself. Hi, I'm Chrisa. Are you here for the class? Pause. Then they answer. They're going to say something, and, you know, chat a little bit, and then say, I am actually looking for a partner. Would you be interested in partnering with me? If they say yes, awesome. Keep talking to them though. If they say no, again, keep talking to them. And actually, they might know someone. So ask them, you know, say something like, do you guys have any idea if anybody else is looking for a partner? Something like that. But don't rush away from them. Just say, oh, well, okay, you can't help me. Bye-bye. So don't dismiss people because they might actually be able to help you. So, it is small things that will make the milonga and the festival and the classes a lot more fun. They will give you an they will give you an opportunity to have a lot more fun. They will give you an opportunity to make new friends. They will give you an opportunity to even progress in your dance, especially even though you're not practicing in the milonga. But if you manage to actually get to dance with people that you haven't danced before, it's highly likely that they're dancing in a very different style from you. So it's a great opportunity to have, you know, the feeling of dancing with someone different. Don't throw that opportunity out the window. Optimize for happiness and enjoyment. And I'll be with you next week for more milonga networking. Have fun.